Batman '89 clearly was one of my favorite childhood movies of all time. Brought the Dark Knight, brought my love of DC and all that fancy stuff too. Outside of me loving Ninja Turtles at the same time too, I was in love with the first movie. I enjoyed the second movie, but Batman '89 was just fun, especially with Jack Nicholson, being a really, really unforgettable Joker, just so you guys know too. So, but he was amazing. But this is the actual Batman '89 suit by Todd McFarlane, and it is amazing. I picked this up actually from the website itself. I love the art on the back, black and white. And don't get me wrong, I loved the fact he came back in the Flash, but we had a different costumes sell different toys. So, but I'm glad they finally have this now. So I want to get this thing open, check it out. Welcome back to another Toymension video. Let's get it open. All right, he can hang out in the back there. Got him out of the box. Here's our card. First look at the card. Look at that, beautiful black and white artwork, Batman '89. Very nice. Here's a little origin story in the back, which we all know, so I'm not even going to bother reading it, but Michael Keaton was kick-ass to me, so this was amazing. Just so you guys know, every time I get a card like this from the McFarlane store or another figure that comes with a card, I always pick these little plastic guys up just to protect the card, and they're very easy. So you just slide them in there. Little card protector, and they're very, very cheap. You can get almost like a dime a dozen. So I recommend doing that, especially like I do. I sell these on eBay with my loose figures. So, and I always make sure that's in there with the toy. So, all right, now we're going to get into the actual action figure itself. So, of course, remember, it comes with its cool little stand. So DC tagged, labeled, nothing fancy to it. But I love the fact these come with the toys. Here's our guy. So I'm going to go ahead and cut him out of there real quick. Oh man, he looks good. So I'm seeing tons of weapons, just so you guys know. Tons of weapons. You even got that little guy too where he talks to his car. So he looks bulkier than normal though, but we're going to check him out. So I got the bat out, and man, he looks different. He doesn't look like a Keaton to me at all. He looks huge. But what's cool about this figure, if you guys know the inside joke, he can actually move his head. Look at that. So feels pretty loose up there too, so be careful with that. But he can nod up and down a little bit. So, but yeah, like I said, his head feels really loose up there. Remember, Michael Keaton's Batman's not meant to turn his head. But the fact they did it, I can go with that. So, and of course, you got the legendary bat symbol right there. Bright yellow, the original little dots going on there. Part of his wings and stuff too. The original iconic version. So Batman Returns, actually, they changed the design of that a lot. So his belt looks good. I love that. Bright gold. His arms are freakishly long, which is kind of annoying to me, but I think there's a plan to that later on too. So his armor looks good, looks very good. So chest movement. What I like about the chest movement here, because it's dark, you can't see the gap there. So that's a bonus right there. So now speaking of his arms, he does have his hockey pads, but he got his little blades going on there too. I love it. So get the little armor here going on. He got his glove, looks pretty good. Movement feels normal for McFarlane. Yep. Hands, like I said, you got to be careful with these in here because the pegs, not fun at all. Yeah, he looks pretty freaking good. He looks good. I can go with that. But he does look a little awkward. Now, his cape was one of my biggest questions on this guy. So his cape is actually like a nylon thing going on here too. So you got a little pocket here, and I'll show you what the pocket's actually for real quick once we get to his weapons. And just so you guys can see his boots and stuff, they look pretty good. in the movie, he actually looks like he's wearing those really fancy shoes. These actually look like boots. I'm actually happy about that. So, but like I said, this is still one of my favorite Batmans. I'm glad to get a hold of one. So now we are going to look at his weapons. So real quick. Now this right here, got two of them, right? These have a purpose. They are not weapons. They are part of his cape. And I'll show you guys here in a minute. But anyways, here, you have an open hand. Right there, open hand. It's like, stop. Here, got a fist. Got the other fist going on here. Here is another hand, but this one's obviously to grab weapons and such with, like his grappling gun, which the grappling gun looks amazing. Look at that. There's no fancy strings or anything with it too. It's basic black plastic going on here. This part's painted to where the grappling hook part is. That looks pretty good. How much do you weigh? So I love that. That looks pretty good. It doesn't fold, anything fancy. It does look good. This guy came with tons of stuff, which is surprising. So here is another hand right here. Another one for grabbing, like the grappling gun or something like that. So not bad, not bad. Here's what threw me off. He came with ninja stars. When did he ever use ninja stars in the movies? You got me there. But it did come with two of them. And that, they look really good. They really stick out too. They almost have a bright, shiny thing going on to them. Their paint looks pretty good. So, but like, how do you get him to hold it without look like he's cutting himself? So, but, and of course, the iconic Batarang, right? So, well, this doesn't look like any normal, typical Batarang to me, right? This actually looks like that little computer guy that flies around and knocks them all out in Batman Returns. Look how thick that is. Plain Jane, huh? So, I'm kind of disappointed it did not come with actual, legit Batarangs. But I'm cool with that. It does look good, though. It looks like a mini Batwing almost. I'm trying to see if it opens or anything like that, but no, I don't think so. Maybe there's something hidden in it. But yeah, so he did come with a handful of weapons and stuff like that too. So now, real quick, I'm going to show you about his little, he put his arms out, right? This is my favorite part, probably. He's going to hold on. Let's take a grip right there. And somehow I want him to, I wonder how thick those are. His fingers. Can I get it in there? Anyways, I need this guy to, so what I'm going to do is try to, let's see if I can force it up in there. There we go, like that. Get him just to hold it. I'm going to squeeze it through his fingers there. Because those are some tight hands, just so you guys know. Yeah, so I'm going to have to actually shove them in there pretty hard. So with this guy, I literally had to force it in there, which isn't, I don't like doing that with toys. So he has a good grip on his hands. That's good to know. So all I did was pressure and twist and twist. And see, I'm not having any luck again. Oh, off camera again. Oh man, so that was a pain in the rear. So anyways, if you guys saw me off camera, man, shooting this, oh man, it would have been embarrassing. So luckily I didn't record that part. I was like turning red, like saying all kinds of 4-letter words. But these have really tight grips, and these like handles right here are so wide. You have to literally force it in there and twist and stuff. And which with these pegs in here scare me about breaking stuff like that too. So anyways, the point of these, like I said, they look guns, almost have like a nightstick feel to them or whatever, but they're handles for his wings. Because if you look here on his wings, right, and they probably use the nylon so you don't rip through it here too. So you got this little pocket right here, and just twist it a little bit, slide it in, and try to twist it back. There we go. There's one. There's one right there. Now, I'm going to do this side here. Which might be a little tighter. It's like putting a jacket on almost. So I'm going to twist his arm a little bit and try to feed it in there. Like so. I'm going to twist it back. See how it's tight? It's tight. So I'm going to try to pull it up. And twist. Make it tight, right? All right. It still looks weird. Looks wacky. Wacky tacky there. All right. So we got his wings like that. So now a little higher. Boom. That doesn't look perfect though, because you can kind of see it though. So this part is, I guess, supposed to tuck over everything. So let's push that in. Makes it look weird too. So I see the concept what they're trying to do though. So without me trying to break something too, but twist that, roll that. And we want to roll this one out a little bit too. So yeah. Keaton's Batman right there. That doesn't look too bad though. I don't like the fact you can see this stuff. It's supposed to be more hidden like this, so I probably did it all wrong. That does look cool, especially if it's at night. So if there's a way to stretch this out even better. But I like that. That does look cool. You can actually hang that from your ceiling kind of thing, you know. Make him like, he's like jumping. I can work with that. So, but I'm not going to pose him like that. He does look good. So I just want to show that real quick. A cool concept. Very cool concept. So, like I said, I probably have this all backwards and stuff. There we go. Roll his wing. Yeah, roll his hands a little bit. His hand a little bit. So, there you go. Like he's jumping too. So you can pose it a little bit too. I do wish it was wire. If this was wire, that would have been great. That would have been perfect actually. So, but I'm going to re-roll it here. I can kind of go with that. That's doable. That's doable. Then you just throw a little bat wing action in there from Spin Master. Kind of set up a little pose. That does look pretty cool, actually. You can work on the wings, though, but not bad, not bad. There's potential there. So after having a little fun, just kind of trying to pose them here and there, and I took some really crappy pictures, and I'm really not happy with the wings, actually, because you can see stuff. But I did pull out the Spin Master bat wing, and I took some good pictures with that, and it actually looked all right, but I had problems with him wanting to fall over because I obviously wasn't using a stand. So, and I don't have too many of those little action figure holders, which I highly recommend getting. So now I'm going to set them up as a pose that I'm going to, put them on my shelf with. So also that's going to be testing the pegs on this guy and see what weapon looks cool and what hands they use. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this stuff out. Like I said, oh man, yeah. Hear that? Look how big that grip is. So, all right, there's that. I do this side real quick. But I like the concept. It is actually a really cool concept. So I was like, I always wondered how he actually did that with his wings. But I'm sure technically he actually has in his wings, a way for him to fly with it. Because if you actually see in his movies when he, jumps off buildings and stuff, it's stiff. So he has a good fabric going on in the movies. His character, his office is set up. So for toys and stuff, they tried. So give you that. Clap, 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 clap. Okay. So I do want to use one of his, I want to use his grappling gun. So that hand right there is perfect for it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. All right. Came out all right. The peg's not too bad. So with my lightning collection, I have problems with the pegs and stuff like that too, which drives me nuts because they like to break real easy. And also the Power Rangers 3 Zeros, they're worse because they don't come with extra stuff like that too. So, all right. And let's see how much of paint. Oh, it went right on there. Okay, a little too easy. A little too rough. All right. So it's on there. Looks all right. Go with that. Grappling gun. Hopefully it'll fit in there all right. So I like to stick it in there and twist if possible. And twist. All right. That wasn't too bad. It's on there. So yeah, I'm good with that. I do wish he came with a Batarang. I prefer posing my action figures with Batmans with their Batarangs and stuff like that too. But like I said, this looks like that little computer one that flies around and like knocks everyone out from the Batman 2 movie, Batman Returns. So, which he never used in the first one though. Oh, and I did miss something too. Real quick. This is how he talks to his Batmobile, which is cool. So, it's a little thing right there, a little speaker going on there. So, stop, shields. So that's a cool little concept, a nice little throwback right there. So Batman, he's getting ready to hit the buildings. There should be a way where I could put his stuff up there without using those cane looking things. So I do wish, like I said, he had a wire, but of course he didn't come with a wire, but I'm okay with that. But he's still ready to kick some butt. He looks all right. They actually made him look a little bulkier. Michael Keaton's build's not that big. That's a lot of complaints about because Batman is actually naturally a huge guy. But to me, this is still fun. So, but I'm going to put him on a stand now. Yep. Very simple pose for this guy. Very simple. I do want to switch out his other hand, and I will put a fist in there, actually. Like he's getting ready to do something stupid, I guess. So, got his left fist right there. Just going to pop this out. There we go. So, yeah, these pop in and out real easy, which is a bonus, by the way. I like that. That one actually snapped on there, too, so. But, yeah, he looks like he's ready. He's getting ready to go. Let's go. And the fun part is he can actually move his head, which is weird. So that's be my little pose for him. Yeah, there you go. Michael Keaton's Batman '89 action figure from the actual movie, guys. So not bad. Sorry it was a long video, but yeah, this guy had a lot with him. So all right, guys. Until next time, kiddies. Until next time. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please give me a like and share and subscribe. Till next time, kiddies. Till next time.